General Arora, he's left, General Srivastav, Admiral Nathani, Colonel Kuber, all my friends in uniform, out of uniform, the industry partners, a very good morning to all of you. My extreme gratefulness and thanks to Sanjay and IMR to invite me here this morning. And like I said, why I get excited coming to all these places is that it puts some power into the veteran feeling that a lot is happening with the industry, with the people who are serving, the new technologies coming in, the new quest for Atmanirbharta, like the Admiral just said, Swavlamban. These are exciting times. I think Admiral Nathani or General Srivastav or me, we did not serve in these exciting times when we were growing up, both for the industry and the people who were serving. We were happy with our 3-ton, we were happy with the Jongas, Guzzlers. The need for power has been there since time immemorial. If we use the camels, horses and elephants for mobility, for power, the wind was the source of energy for the marine platforms. From those times to as we stand today, while we have got lots of power solutions, but more of them are based on our dependence on the fossil fuels. Requirement of military power systems is going to be different. The challenges are there. But it is time that we look at something beyond the fossil fuels. The Admiral has taken the wind out of my sails by giving a very illuminating, technical-oriented speech, which has set the tone for today's deliberations. I am not a power expert and I'll refrain from getting into the technical aspects of the employability of these power solutions, whether it is for the land systems, whether it is for the aerial platforms or whether it is for the marine platforms, including the basic infantry soldier, which today needs a lot of power solutions on board. When I was in Northern Command as the MGGS, in fact, the power solutions for an infantry soldier on board, solar panels and all these things were brought in a number of variations as to how we can empower the soldier to be power independent. Now, I will focus on two issues. One is that time has come both for the solutions in the commercial market and military that we look beyond the fossil fuels. The recently concluded conference of the parties, COP28, the climate change conference in Dubai, has clearly brought out that the requirement of dependence on fossil fuel has to go down. And I think in our declaration in the Global Biofuels Alliance in G20, we have committed to use of 20% ethanol as mandatory to be mixed. If that be the case, let's look at what are these various alternatives which are coming in and how are we faring. I will start off with 2-3 very positive news which I have just seen in last 7-8 days. The first one is the development of a solar and wind park in a place called Khavda in Gujarat. It is 726 square kilometers, the size of Singapore. 3 years it is going to be developing into a 30 gigawatt power generation unit which is going to power 18 million homes. Now these are the solutions which we have to look at even for the military, and it is a possibility because then we come into the microgrids. The other very positive news which I saw was the geothermal potential in Puga Valley near Somorari. ONGC has been working on that. Now, geothermal has, in fact, to find the tectonic plates where the temperature difference is going to give us the energy in geothermal requires a lot of research. And of all the places, we find it in Puga Valley. The work has been going on good, but the only problem is that what happens is that the water which they took out, it had certain effluents which are not environmental friendly. So as of now, the work is slightly stalled, but this is going to give us very good results. So these two are very important and significant developments which are taking place, which will help us in reducing the dependence on fossil fuels and giving alternatives which can meet the challenges of our military systems. What are the challenges? We all know we are all in uniform or related to the uniform. We need reliability, we need redundancy, we need safety, we need long storage capacity. We operate in diverse terrain. We have multiple platforms. The requirements are very, very unique. The bright part which I see in this development is that the quest for all these solutions in the civil market is huge. Look at what is happening in the EVs. The development is taking place, and definitely the fallouts will come to the military solutions also. Now, whenever the technological development takes place, it is dependent on two main things. One is materials and the other is need for power sources. So today as we stand here, the research and the development investment going into search for new materials and search for new power systems. We may have the best tank, we may have the best aircraft, but if the power system is not enough, not sustainable, then there will be a problem. So any technology development which takes place has to keep pace with two more things. These are interconnected. Better materials, advanced materials, because even if you look at EV, the entire focus is on finding better materials, whether we are looking at graphene, stannine, we are looking at cobalt, nickel as electrodes, we are looking at dry batteries, we are looking at power banks, we are looking at, like what the Admiral was mentioning, if the size is going to be that much, can we reduce that? Can we have the energy density much more? We are looking at those materials. In fact, that should be the focus. Which are those materials? That is very deeply connected into finding solutions. Another, in fact, solution which has come out in Nagpur, near Nagpur, is the coal bed methane. Now, methane coming from the coal beds is another form of green energy where we can reduce the dependence on the fossil fuels and enhance this thing of biofuels. I need not look at what are the challenges which the military platforms face, but what I would like to look at is that the power management and conservation solutions, which the Admiral also referred to, intelligence power management system, that is the need of the hour. We have to have power systems which are adaptable to different terrains, which are adaptable to different platforms. Can we have plug and play platforms? Can we have power parks? Can we have power parks in, like if this one is going to come up in Gujarat, can we have similar power parks in Leh, similar power park? We have a lot of space. And this has to be a combination of solar, combination of wind. And besides that, we also need to look at the technologies which are going in supercapacitors. That is another area which is going to ignite the storage capacity and the reduction on conventional electrical energy. So combined, we always talk about lithium ion batteries. What are the challenges in that? That lot of improvement has taken place. But the next area is the supercapacitors. I've already mentioned the intelligence power management system, solar-based solutions. The fuel cells are in a big way. Our country is working in a very, very proactive manner to develop these fuel cells, biofuels. Something which is going to, a low-hanging fruit is going to be the hybrid power systems. We have already seen this coming in commercial vehicles. But for the military system, the challenge is that unlike a commercial usage, we need to have the pulsed power and continuous power should be there together. You all understand. We will need pulse power and continuous power together. Pulse power is for our weapon systems, whether it is high power lasers, whether it is electrothermal chemical guns, high power microwave systems. So our platforms will need continuous power systems for the other systems of the platform and pulse power also. Now this is different from what is being used in the hybrid systems in the commercial vehicle. Worldwide, a lot of development has taken place, whether it is in the US or UK. The M1 Abrahams, the Striker, there are solutions, the platform, the trial prototypes have been given. Even the BAE system has given prototype to UK for Bradley. So with the hybrid solutions. But the hybrid solutions come with the challenge of concurrent technologies in the field of advanced electric motor drives, power electronics, battery technologies. We need capacitors, I already mentioned, high temperature, wideband gap materials for high power electrical systems, and of course, the storage system, their design and the integration into the platforms. The challenge is, when do we shift into other sources? Do our existing sources can be upgraded? Is there a plug and play solution available? We'll have to look at all these solutions. Then only we can find a viable means of sustaining the fighting forces, combined with the challenges of the environmental protection and all these, whether it is the Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement. After all, we are the biggest guzzlers of power. So we will have to keep pace with all these developments. I would end by saying that the Indian Army or the Defense Forces have not been far in leading the way. In fact, the number of initiatives under the IDEX, number of them are there. Miniaturization of electrical modules. We have, infantry combat vehicles using fuel cells, alternate fuel-based auxiliary power, micro propulsion system. And of course, there was a successful testing of the aircraft also using the blended jet fuel. So these are positive signs, and in fact, the industry should take a cue from this and try to give such unique solutions so that the reliability redundancy, the operation in diverse terrain, which is marked by temperature, humidity, moisture, and so on, we can meet all those challenges. At the end, I'm glad that the 3 sessions have been very nicely curated, where we are going to talk about all 3 platforms. And the last session is also going to look at the future technologies. So I was just mentioning, focusing on the last part, that future technologies. And I wish all the best for the day-long seminar. And hopefully, the industry also gets some bright ideas how to get some smart solutions for the defense forces. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.